there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Okay, let me see this real quick. Oh shoot, I gotta bring up the little pop-up chat thingies. Teehee. I was fighting earlier. I was using up some of the energy because I was like, you know what? I need to farm a bit. Even with these stages being like the beginning ones, it's fine. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I'm allergic to being awake. I had a nice nap. And now that I'm awake again, sneeze. Like, oh man, imagine being up from a nap. But oh, that was a pretty good nap after work. It's just that now I'm sweaty because it's hot still. But you know what's worth it? I have water with me. Though yo, work is crazy. Like, one package that I had to help prep for someone ended up being over $60. I'm like, this is such a huge and heavy box. 60-something dollars for shipping. Like, yo, this is intense. I got my workout done. I was like, ooh. If this was a Umu Musume training, this would be my guts training or my strength training. Nah, it's guts because I had to push the cart around afterwards. I had to go, stamp, and then deliver. So woohoo! But oh gosh, what happened last time? We got to go to Saoirsí. What an interesting place. I can't wait for those officials to get bonked. The ones with the edgy names. So I'm hoping that Iblana bonks them soon. But now for Suspicion and Impulse. I want to make up for the past and to return home. Other than that, I ask for nothing more. And I'm gonna take Neon out. I don't think I need Neon right now, so let me put someone else that I feel like using. Actually, no, I'll keep her. She's cute. I could put her brother. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe her brother. Like, even if he's not, like, super raised, it's fine. He's a bebe, but he's at least a cute bebe. Good enough, bebe. Okay, yeah, that works. Oh, but no, I feel a little bit guilty. He's only level 1. I feel like it'd be super effective against those, like, grass-like enemies. You know, he'll take everything. Like, I had stuff ready for Iblana, but Iblana told me no. So instead, it's all for you. Literally, all for you. So away we go. A beetle flies through the dark alley. It flaps its wings furiously, but only manages to find its way into an abandoned block that few souls tread anymore. Its golden body is too heavy, weighed down even further by the gems on its wings. It can only fly a short distance before coming to a rest in a gap between the stone tiles. Level-wise, Hoshiguma and an apple pie already. I just have to do whatever needs to be done for their module, because oh gosh. Hopefully the requirements aren't too difficult, aka I hate the modules that are just like, you must use like these specific types of operators during a fight. I'm like, I don't have those types ready. But it shouldn't be like that, right? If it's just fight in a certain stage, using this person, that's fine, that's easy enough.
Found you! I got it! You've caught your bug. Now help me get these crystals before they fall into the ditch. Coming! Hold on. I am going to get my cut if I help you, right? Sure, just hurry. You don't want to see these crystals end up in the ditch, do you? Sweet cloud beast, you're mine! Good. All the gems on the sword are there. Where are the Brigadier and the others? Who cares?
The Brigadier's the only one like back there just being like, oh gosh, these idiots. The bureaucrat tucks away the parasite, while the officer eagerly watches the crystal tears drop again and again. The ombudsman brusquely manhandles the cloud beast, while the torturer raises his sword as though it conferred power over life and death. What a lively scene. All this treasure is yours, my servants. I am not so miserly as to withhold them after seeing how much you love them. But what more do you intend to take from me once I have given you these? Let me guess. Look at their greed. A path appears at the dead end of the alley, and even more shiny baubles rush towards it. There is no time to bother with what is already in their hands. They scramble for the treasures on the ground, stuffing it into their pockets, carrying it on their backs, and rushing towards the next shiny piece before even standing back up for the last one. None of them care where the path leads.
Going to Dosselis tomorrow. It's high time I treat myself to something nice. Squeeze these country bumpkins and now Saoirsí a little more. Don't forget my share. Can't wait for the townsfolk to send me some Victorian spies.
My, after far more than just wealth, aren't we? A life of luxury, a high status, power over life and death. You want it all. I have nothing against being true to your desires, and what you desire are things that I will not miss. Unfortunately, you happen to be my servants, yet you seem far greedier than I. So goodbye. Go to where you belong. The treasures pave a shiny path where none existed, sending the madmen out of the lair and out into the land. Towards whence the darkness came, the gaping mouth of the dark woods. I wonder how delulu they look. This part is very different from the rest of your work.
I told you, I've abandoned many drafts in the process of observing, thinking, and writing. Any and all of them are ready to be thrown in at a moment's notice. Do you really think I'd be sitting here, drinking this swill, if I could tell this story as a consistent, unified narrative? You're the one insisting it gets a proper ending, not me.
True. But if I must regard this passage as your own personal embellishment, should I also consider the rejection of Brigid by the Mist to be a creative liberty as well?
No more than the exiled king you forced into the story.
Then what about the rest of the story you're about to tell? Should it be seen as an observation or as a creation?
That's up to you to decide. Do you want me to tell it or not?
Of course. Go on. I love how they're just having this conversation at the pub. So, what was wrong with Emma? Just a cold on top of mild malnutrition. She didn't look so bad on the outskirts of the dark woods. A sickness of the spirit, most likely. Iron for the statue needs to be collected from door to door. People won't even turn on their lamps to save fuel, never mind food. What could she possibly be shipping out? She runs a grain store, maybe. But only a grain store. She couldn't have done this on her own. There must be somebody behind her. We also still need to ask about Theo. There's no time to wait for her to come to on her own. Ugh. Can you hear me, Emma? Niels! Take me with you! Take me with you! No, she's still dreaming. For the mysterious woman you first thought was Harmony? Ooh. Okay, I'm either imagining Bridget, the wake woman from earlier, aka Nemos, or, just because it'd be so funny, Iblana. Iblana going out and just being like, "Oh, hello, person! I wonder how you saw things in my land. Here's some other details." No, she's still dreaming. Niels, is that somebody's name? I've seen it written on the letter she's gotten. A loved one, if I had to guess. And where might we find them? No idea, it's been a while since the last letter. Niels, scold me, beat me if you must, but don't abandon me. The bureaucrat who told me to smuggle food. So I did. What meaning is there in life? A life without you? What point is there in being kind to others? The bureaucrat. Dublin. There's so much food in the city, a single cart won't make a difference. There's no food in the city. A single cart won't make a difference. Won't make a difference. Should we keep trying to wake her up? Wait. Why wasn't it you who lived? Those accursed Victorians, why did their child live? A child? Of Victorians? Why? Ugh. It'll be alright, my dear. I'll make things right. Wait for me, Niels. Wait for me, my love. Sob. Sob, sob. I can't see you, my love. I can't see you. Why? Why? The Victorians who killed you have been chased out. The last Victorian bastard died. Before my eyes. Niels. Sweat fills Emma's fevered brow. Tormented by nightmares, she instinctively grabs the sheets beneath her, but it does not stop her from trembling. The other two stand up at the same time. It's already past curfew. Will we really be able to move freely? Stick with me. If the mist wants to take either of us, let it try. Wait, someone's coming from over the Citadel. Who is it? Looks like Dublin. It's the Brigadier. What's going on? It's like he's a walking ghost. Brigadier!
Who's there? Lofshini? Go back now. Back to...
What happened? I feel like it's not the flames that are really eroding their mental health. In fact, because there's a famine going on, the flames are actually kind of helping because, you know, it's kind of good if you can't feel hunger as easily. If it makes the body numb, you won't feel as hungry. Otherwise, they're just being paranoid because of all the lies those dummies were giving out. What happened?
No. Nothing happened tonight.
We have a lead on the food shortage, sir. The owner of this grain store was instructed by the bureaucrat to smuggle food out of Saoirsí. We may be able to get it back if we're quick.
The bureaucrat? I should have known. But it's too late. Everything's too late.
Why? Do you know where the food went?
Not the food. Me. Us. Thank you for informing me, but I...
What is going on? Tell me.
No, nothing happened tonight.
I can't imagine what could have turned you, a warrior with no qualms about killing for the greater good, into this. Did you and Dublin found this nation over the corpses of so many, just to starve your own people to death here?
No, never. Thank you for informing me. I will deal with it personally, but do not mention the name Dublin ever again. You got your promise. Do not set foot in the streets again tonight, and especially do not break curfew with someone insignificant, as you're doing now.
With someone insignificant? Ow!
This is for your own good.
Lofshini opens her mouth to speak, but the Brigadier shows no acknowledgement. He turns around and walks towards the outskirts of the city with heavy, dragging steps. So it kind of sounds like he didn't really know that, like, the other officials are doing this kind of stuff. He's like, oh my goodness. My co-workers were such shits. And I didn't notice all this time. Aw, man. And now he's feeling down. He's like, never speak of Dublin ever again. I hate those guys. Cries. Are we gonna do as he says? Hide? No. Nemos needs to know about Theo. Do you know where she lives? It's a wee bit far, practically the other side of Saoirsí. Then that's where we're going. Nemos' house is just ahead. That was easy. Seems the mist didn't get into the city tonight. Nemos, are you home? Nemos! Hey, didn't she say she'd be at the Dublin Victory party? Is she not back yet? The Brigadier was leaving the Citadel. The party should be over. Miss Lofshini, Bridget? Lofshini's about to speak when her gaze meets Nemos's. Her eyes are even blanker than the Brigadier's were. What's going on? Did something happen at the victory party? No, nothing happened tonight. What are you two doing here? Quick, inside. You mustn't be out on the streets tonight. As Nemos hurries Lofshini and Bridget inside, the Brigadier passes beyond the boundaries of Saoirsí. He walks into the forest where there's nothing but darkness, towards the depths of the dark mist. Then, the food carts that had been smuggled out of Saoirsí slowly emerge from it. They will return to Saoirsí's agricultural plate before dawn. Look at him working throughout the night. He's like, I have to make this right. The next day, the city gets the smallest of reprieves from the food shortage. No one notices that the Brigadier never returned from the dark woods. The food mysteriously appears in the agricultural plate before making its way to the grain stores across the city. It falls well short of truly solving the problem, but it was far more than just the Brigadier who never came back, though. The people of the city do not know it yet. Once again, the sun rises without pity or care. Wow. His way of taking responsibility is like, you know what? Food, go back to the people. But since I didn't notice my coworkers are shits, I lose my job too. And maybe life, so oof. Once again, the sun rises without pity or care. The dragon and the wayward wake woman walk the streets, watching the shock and how the now commonplace brawls descend into even more brutal violence. The nomad knocks on the blacksmith's door. She brings woeful news. Well... Okay, more plants. Okay, luckily these plants aren't too bad. Yeah, this is fine. Look at the little cabbages. They're so cute. Oh wait, it's a burning one. Yeah, he said he was gonna attend to them personally, so... like, I believe him when he says that. Willing to go into the dark woods just to find them. And bonk them. He's like, oh, I hate these guys. Like, how dare they do this? Like, I didn't even notice. Actually, wait, I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, that's decent. Because if he says he's gonna do things personally, I believe him. Extremely personally. To an extent, I feel bad for the Brigadier. Because he actually seemed like... he was like the only good official there. The one loyal dude. And you know what? I'm just gonna pile everyone here, why not? Funk. Okay, no fear. Just waiting for some of the others to appear again. Ooh, they're too far away for me to bonk. Look at that one. Literally just the one. Hurry up and get into plain view, please. Come on. Come on, please. I want to see the flames. Aw, too late. Ouch.
What the hell's wrong with you, Theo? You have eyes. Use them.
Sorry, Mr. Rory, I was just hoping to try my luck over at the Lagrange Street. At Lagrange Street. See if I could get some potatoes.
Get lost.
Sorry. Look out! The birding bee's panicking! Out of the way!
Stupid coachman, you nearly ran me over. Get back here. The Dunver brains ran off just like that.
Mr. Rory,
Ha, look at who did get run over. Serves you right. You're not going anywhere now. Let's go see the Dublin folks. Maybe they'll give me potatoes for handing over a traitor. Better stick to the back streets. Can't have someone else taking my spy.
The man grabs the boy's collar and drags him into a small, empty alley. The boy groans in anguish. Oof, he's becoming an... Or no, I was gonna say he became an isekai MC after getting run over, but... Not just yet.
Weird. Did I forget the way?
Give me back my potatoes, and go buy your own. They still have some in the shop.
Get them back. They still have potatoes?
The man glances towards the boy says, then at the broken body of the boy, whose arm he is still grabbing.
He's dying. Would the Dubliners even give me anything for a dying kid? Could they even get anything out of him? It's your lucky day, traitor.
The man shakes off the boy's hand, which had been grabbing his sleeve, and walks off briskly towards the boy says, well, he did get run over by a cart. He's literally... He literally got truck-cooned. My leg, it hurts. I can't stand. Mrs. Emma? Who's there? Who's calling my name? I did as you asked. Just leave me alone. Emma! Theo, what happened? I got hit by a carriage and left behind here. I'm not a Victorian spy, Mrs. Emma. Please, help me. Take me to Mr. Kulan. A Victorian spy? It's all happening so fast. It hurts so much. I know the Victorians did bad things. Nobody likes me. Nobody listens to me. Nobody wants to get close to me. But could you at least find Mr. Kulan? It hurts. It's so cold. When I grow up, I'll find the Victorians and take revenge for Mr. Niels. Takes a deep breath. Maybe it helps you, Theo, if Niels was the only one who died. Mrs. Emma? You know that Niels died in the war, but even more people died without ever seeing the battlefield. You Victorians blocked off the supply routes. You still are. So many people starved, including me, including the child Niels left behind, the child inside me. He starved to death because of you Victorians. Find someone else to get Kulan for you. They're all good people, unlike me. Very good people. Oof. Emma was pregnant.
Emma, how could you do that to him, Emma? What could have changed you so much?
I'm not defending her, Kulan, but she wasn't the only one there that day.
No, she wasn't.
Sorry, shouldn't have said that.
No, you're absolutely right. You wanted to take Theo with you, didn't you? What did you see?
He was being bullied, and I'm not talking squabbles between kids, by adults.
I intervened the first time I saw it. I thought it wouldn't happen again.
But it did, a lot. I had a bad feeling that he didn't belong here, that there was no place for him in Saoirsí, but I never thought...
I understand. He should go.
Kulan?
I said I understand. I said understand. Now go. Get out. Leave me. Leave me be for a while, please.
I'm sorry. Like, dang, these last two events have been so mean, as in, like, the Girls Frontline 2 event. Ooh, for Una. And now, for Theo. The blacksmith stands silent in the room. All is quiet save for the crackling of the fire.
Theo,
Too many things have passed him by, too many things he could not understand. He no longer has the strength to find out why, to separate cause from effect. The only thing he knows is that he never achieved anything.
What kind of hero am I?
Yeah, what kind of hero are you? The blacksmith looks around him. There is no one else in the smithy save the empty eye sockets of the dragon statue, now glaring at him accusingly. What kind of hero are you?
What kind of hero am I?
What kind of hero would leave a child to the mercy of abuse and ill will? What kind of hero would allow food to be smuggled out of the city under his very nose until there is nothing left, all while doing nothing more than handing out a few shriveled potatoes to his neighbors? What kind of hero would shut himself in a smithy while the city descends into bedlam, all to satisfy his own pathetic vanity by etching his name into a pedestal?
No. It's not out of vanity. All I wanted was to use the title of hero to
bring happiness to our countrymen who lost everything in the war, as you told Nemos. Like now?
Like, now?
The weak you swore to protect are dead and gone. The justice you swore to uphold has fallen to darkness. The people you swore to bring happiness to, Emma and Rory, are they even your people anymore? Or are they the dead, living in the past?
The dead, living in the past?
Your heart still dreams of the future, vain as it is, but them, they're the walking dead stuck in the past. Nah, I don't think it's all in his head. Like, the things in this town are kinda odd, just like how, like, you know, the beetle was alive, the sword was moving around. I could imagine the statue gaining its own, like, will. Heck, there's freaking sentient cabbages. We have literal cabbage enemies. Oh, they could be fangires. Who is it you're calling your countrymen? The wretch who spends his days brandishing an antique sword he salvaged from the flames? The smuggler who let an innocent child die because she miscarried her own? Townsfolk who no longer know anything but hate in the face of change? Go on, go out and find someone, anyone. Ask them what their plan for the future is. What do you think the answer will be? The blacksmith's hammer falls to the ground with a loud crash. He glares at the dragon's head.
No, no. It's you who's trapping them in the past. I collected the plates and bowls that my people use day to day. Lit the fuel they relied on for warmth and light, just to feed you. You monster. I don't know about the food, but the metal and the fuel. It was me. I fed you those pots and pans. I put the people's livelihoods into your mouth with my own hands, all so that you could grow and grow. You devoured everything in my life, then you devoured Theo himself. Theo. It was me. I nurtured the monster that took your life. Pseudo will stand in the square on some hind, spread its wings, and turn everyone in the city to dead, those who can only live in the past. You're right, monster. I'm no hero. I'm a fraud, a vain, pathetic fraud. Once I fooled the others, now the only one I'm fooling is myself. But they need me.
They need you?
They need a hero to wake them up, to tell them that the war is over, that what really matters is what lies ahead, the future, tomorrow.
And you think you're the one?
I'm the one.
The blacksmith walks away from the forge with resolute steps. He takes the thickest metal chain he can find and walks back to the dragon. Its empty eyes still fixated upon him.
Come with me.
Where to?
To the square.
It's not some hind yet.
I can wait no more. I will not wait for your ominous prophecies to come true. Come with me. I will dismantle you and return our lives to the people.
The dragon does not move. In the eyes of the blacksmith, however, he sees the dragon bow its head, perhaps mockingly, perhaps invitingly. Oh gosh, I wonder how this is gonna go. I feel like the people are not gonna be happy. They really want the statue. Like, a dude was even willing to give up his prosthetic leg just for the statue. Reed, Nemos, I'm back. Kulan's in a real bad place right now. You should go see him. How about on your end? What's going on in the city? People are still looking for spies, Victorian spies. Are they off their rockers? Toronto Victorian, we're all human. We gonna keep fighting to the death like this when the war's already over? Tell them, Nemos. Tell them that Dublin made him go hungry and was punished by the Red Dragon. The food's now... Do not mention the word Dublin ever again, Bridget. The leader's orders. Only overheard whispers about the food at the Victorian party. No evidence, no trial. I don't even know how I got back. Besides, news about all the missing people hasn't spread at all. How am I supposed to explain it? If they can't be reasoned with, we'll do this the hard way. What do you mean? When I came back, I told myself I would never be her shadow again. But if the true leader is refusing to show her face and take responsibility, then I must step up, if only to calm the people. What about Kulan? Everyone knows him as a hero. Things would be much simpler if he's willing to help. He should still be a smithy. I'll lead the way. As for you, Bridget, you should leave the city as soon as possible. Why? Well, if we and Kulan both fail, then the people will. I see. They don't much like me here, so I just get in the way. Is that it? I'm sorry, Bridget. That's not what I meant, but it's true. Don't worry. I'll try my luck in the dark woods. 6 times the charm. Well, Bridget makes it to our Rhodes Island, so it should be fine. Bridget, you're fine. Ha ha ha. Kulan. Kulan. Is he not in? What the? They're both rendered speechless. The door of the smithy. No, the entire front wall of the smithy is gone. The wall, which was supposed to stay up until the statue was finished, is now a pile of rubble. Visible through it is a long trail leading to the square. Along with drag marks so broad they span almost the entire breadth of the road. He wants to give the people back their stuff, which they're not gonna like. They're gonna be so upset. Like, uh-oh. And ooh, a stage where I can farm. I need more rocks. Okay, that's good. That's very good for me. That old dance. You satisfy yourself with remorse and yearning, yet ask for nothing more. I'm happy there's only one exit. 2 entrances, 1 exit, no fear. Hundreds, thousands of years ago, the Turan's ancestors did the same as their descendants do now, lighting bonfire after bonfire in the barrens between autumn and winter. They would sleep beside the red dragon, their red-hot dreams buffeted by sand and wind until raw, but even so, it was enough to keep everyone warm. They would wake up to a still burning bonfire because the red dragon does not sleep. With a moment's rest, the red dragon could find respite from fatigue and pain by breathing in the dreams of homeland, liquor, and freedom rising slowly from the flames and into the sky. Today, Samhain approaches. The people fuel the flames with wood from the nearby ruins, and have entirely forgotten this ancient leisure time that seemed to last forever.
Put your hand in the fire. Look at the color of the flames on my hip. I'm a Turan, I tell you. One blessed by the red dragon. You think a spy couldn't fake the color of the lamp? Get on with it. May the red dragon be merciful. Oh, it doesn't even hurt too bad. Really? Look, you can barely make out the burn marks on my hand. So you're not a Victorian spy, but do you know of anyone else who hasn't undergone the trial yet?
Trial by flame! Oh my goodness, these people.
You. Yes, you. Have you burned your hand over there yet? Say something, will you? Enough fiddling with that broken knot of yours. Come with me. I'll take you there. Just put down the knot. You hit me?
My knot. You dared.
Fine, keep your bloody knot. Just come with me to see if you're not a Victorian spy.
I wonder what was with that knot. The quiet resident stands up without a word and heads towards the bonfire with shaky steps. The square is already descended into complete chaos, though half of it stems from suspicion and hatred, not to mention frustration at having revealed no spies yet. The other half comes from the looks of despair and deathly silence. Like, of course there's no spies! There's literally no spies! It was all just like a rumor, a terrible prank. Just oof. until a faint sound of something dragged across the ground rumbles in the distance. The sound grows louder and louder until it drowns out all the clamor and chaos. Everyone hears the sound of something massive slowly being dragged closer to them. Oh, that is a big statue. Also, look at how buff he is. Like, even in the famine, to be able to, like, drag this thing. In a flash, every other sound fades, leaving only the shaking of steel and gears in its wake. Hidden in the humid mist is a gigantic silhouette of an ice-cold statue. Forged by a hero, and still considered incomplete by the townsfolk, the statue of the Red Dragon's ancestor is presented to Tara. It arrives in the raging light of the dying sun, yet even so, nearly manages to shroud the sky. The dragon statue came to life? No, that's Kulan? Kulan, are you here to help us find the Victorians too?
He hasn't proved he hasn't won first. Over here, Kulan, listen. The fire won't hurt you as long as you're no Victorian. Are you deaf? Get over here already. Hold on, he dragged this giant statue on his own?
They finally notice the iron chains wrapped around his arms, 1, 2, 3 times around, and that the statue's weight was resting on those wide yet mortal shoulders. The hero does not respond to his name and continues forward. The statue grinds down on him until it draws blood. His flesh is nearly rent asunder, his bones cry out in sorrow, and yet he presses on. The young hero walks ahead of the statue, unafraid of the disparity between his small stature and the gigantic statue. He takes one step, then another, each heavy and certain, towards an open space in the crowd. He parks the statue in the square's empty center, and struggles to turn around before facing everyone before him. The steel skeleton bears an icy elegance, wings frozen in motion, craving for flight, in place as if it were meant to be there since the beginning.
Stop, my brothers and sisters, before we kill any more of our own.
For a moment, no one dares to respond. Hate and doubt both remain, as well as the pain that keeps everyone from advancing towards him, like an army of walking corpses. The man before them is a hero. He protected Saoirsí. He dragged both blessing and curse all the way here, and the statue behind him laces his every word with an awe-inspiring weight.
Kill our own? Who? You're burning the hands with fire now. But what if your spies and found?
He really dragged the statue here. What should we do? Should we interrupt him? Let him cook for now.
Did our food not return to us? Is the war not over? Say there really was a spy. Why must the entire city gather here? Why must we hurt each other just to find one lowly spy?
Let him finish. I feel like the humility he feels, like, and the fact that he's even saying that he's not a hero, that he's a fraud, proves that he's actually, like, he's a good guy. Unlike those other guys who are so cocky.
I'll say it again. The war is over. When it just ended, my thoughts were simple. I'd wait for a smith better than myself to arrive, then learn a thing or two from them so I could repair what I'd made myself. But no smiths came, and I learned no skills. I even took what Yulan needed to live, and forged it into its statue. That was wrong of me. Now Saoirsí is short of everything. Even an empty bowl is better put to catching rainwater than being cast into a shiny statue that does nothing but grow. And the food. I was so worried yesterday, so afraid that famine would put us past the point of no return. Maybe it was the Red Dragon's mercy, or maybe one of the egg plates had a good harvest. But the fact is, our food is back. And as long as we're alive, we can make it through this. Am I wrong? But Theo is no longer alive.
You still feeling pity for that Victorian bastard?
Yes, I am. When I heard of his death, I began to hate everyone in the city, myself included. You know better than any of us what the Victorians have done. I know that with the last of their strength, they leaned over and begged me to take him away. I hate you all. I even feel like taking revenge on any of you who sat back and watched him die. But revenge needs a reason, doesn't it? What's a revenge for, then? To rob them just like they robbed us back then. And how do you suppose now Saoirsí could manage to take even a single grain from the Victorians when we already melted our axes into the statue?
We have to let those bastards feel the pain we went through.
Yeah, just like how I want to make you lot feel what it's like to die alone in an alley. Our brothers, our sisters died so we could live. Why must we now throw our lives away just to make others suffer? Do you want us to love us? Do you want us to love them then? To love those who stole our crops, killed our kin? No, of course not. No one needs to love their enemy. All I want is for you to love the living, to love yourselves.
Aww.
But I don't even need you to do that. I just have one question for you all. Tomorrow, when Samhain is over, once the shadows of war finally leaves us, what will you do? I wanted to finish the statue and carve my name on it, but now, I want to find a better smith to teach me how to fix up a prosthetic leg. I don't know what's up with the fancy speech all of a sudden, Kulan, but I don't care what happens tomorrow, or about the war. I just want the Victorians dead. So if you're speaking for them, I want you dead too. Fine.
Kulan swings the sledgehammer he used to forge the statue towards the dragon's head. However, he exhausts himself both in making and moving it, so with a moment's hesitation, the hammer does not come crashing down. The crowd even assumes it to be some sort of ritual, and for a moment does not react to his plan. Only when they realize Kulan intends to destroy the statue do they even the most dreary of the living dead collectively howl and dash in his direction, surrounding him. Yet they're just like, no, not the statue! Don't be foolish, Kulan. Nemo's cry is drowned out by the crowd's yells, but Kulan's voice remains clear for all to hear. Loshini thinks of rushing over to him, but the angry crowd blocks her path. She bites her lip and tries to open a path through a sea of people with both her flames and voice, shouting to attract their attention. Unfortunately, they act as if they already lost their senses. Maybe they truly have, who can say?
I'm going to destroy the statue in order to return the lives it took from you.
Destroy it? How dare you?
I remember what each and every bone was forged from. I'll turn its spine back into the axe heads and blades, its ribs back into bowls, its skull into tables and chairs, and give them all back to you.
Traitor, how could a hero like you betray us like this?
If being unwilling to take someone else's livelihood makes me a traitor, then I was never a hero, but a traitor all along.
Excuses!
Excuses? I'll tell you who Kulan really is. He is no hero. He's a liar who hungered for fame. He claimed to have killed a squad of Victorian scouts in the dark woods, but it was not in the woods that he met those Victorians, but somewhere further away. They weren't even scouts, just a band of poor traitors already trampled over by some army or other. He wanted to save them, but in the end could only save one boy, a Victorian child. He didn't know what to do. Be out of desperation or vanity, he decided to cut their heads off and tell his people they were scouts. That way, he became a hero, the most prestigious person in town. He thought that he could use the status for good. Raising the boy would become an act of mercy by the benevolent hero.
You lied to us?
Even this poor liar knew that he was still a blacksmith and thought he should learn his trade after the war. But you lot. What about you?
You're not Kulan, you're fake, pretending to be him.
Yeah, you're not Kulan. He's our hero, the man of steel who even a whole Victorian squad couldn't handle. Who the bloody hell are you? Ha. After dragging the statue all this way here from my workshop. How much longer do you expect me to live?
Fresh blood gushes from Kulan's mouth and nose, as if he just uttered his last words. He bears an almost kind and expectant gaze as he looks at his compatriots surrounding him, hoping their faces will reveal an expression other than hate. But he feels as if his eyes meet only a sea of purple flames. The faces behind the fire are difficult to discern, as if they are the restless dead he met in those ruins outside long, long ago. He looks into the distance. In a corner of the edge of the square, he sees a tiny figure. He did not have time to look for Theo's corpse, but now it stares at him blankly, purple flames clearly visible around it.
Theo, you too? This was All for naught.
Kulan stumbles to his feet and picks up his hammer to swing. The crowd stares at him with dread, fearing that the hammer will fall on their heads. But they do not back down. Kulan uses the last of his strength. And with the utmost ferocity, he strikes the dragon's head, as if sounding a death knell. The hero's body collapses before the giant dragon, stunning the crowd as if they've lost something. Lofshini's voice finally spreads as her fire burns like a sunset set aflame, but she fails to attract any attention. At that very moment, the statue suddenly bursts into purple flames, along with Kulan lying quietly before it, sending the crowd reflexively into retreat. Within the fire, Kulan begins to pick himself up, while the giant statue extends its wings as if to fly away. When Kulan finally gets fully to its feet, the dragon statue flaps its huge wings, lifts off, and lands on the empty pedestal in the center of the square prepared just for it. Well, that's a way to make an entrance. The crowd watches in complete silence, though whether out of shock or reverence is unclear. From the citadel comes the faintly discernible sounds of footsteps, slow and late. Truly a shame that I missed the only hero left in the city. Well then, people of Saoirsí, your hero has sacrificed his life for the statue. Nightfall approaches, so if you still follow the Red Dragon's will, then you will obey curfew and head home. Just a bit too late to save Kulan. Kulan uses the last of his strength, and with the utmost ferocity, he strikes the dragon's head, as if sounding a death knell. Like, Kulan was like literally the last decent person left there, in a way. I like how he tried. He truly tried. You're quite the fan of Kulan, I see. A tragic ending, but your embellishments made it beautiful.
You flatter me. I only ever met the blacksmith a few times. He was the first victim of the city's chaos, if you don't count Theo.
Actually, I'm rather curious about something. The Dubliners who walked into the darkness, did they also bear the purple flames you mentioned?
I'm sorry, but I couldn't say.
Based on your story so far, I do not believe they would have. Corruption, smuggling, abuse of authority. They had many plans for the future.
If you thought about this that much, you could probably come up with your own ending by now.
But that was not the only incident to occur in the city. You said so yourself. He was but the first victim. Though, if you insist on ending this here... The Red Dragon was certain those infected by the flames of death could not be saved, and so she declared to her people that the land would become Death's domain, and they would become her followers, accompanying her on a journey towards death. The corpse-like masses no longer had the strength to either consent or refuse. That night, flames rose high into the sky, illuminating the fields, and since then, no one has ever seen the Red Dragon or her followers again.
Ugh.
What is it?
Nothing, you can go now.
There's obviously something.
Since then, no one's ever seen the Red Dragon, really.
The author glances towards the tavern wall, covered in newspapers no one has touched. Today's paper is there too, with a photo of the leader gracing the headlines. It declares she is currently in Oak Grove for some ceremony or other.
Also, accompanying her on the journey towards death. When did that happen?
Stories are free to go where they please.
Free, sure, but that doesn't mean we get to twist the tale beyond recognition and laugh it off.
Why ever not?
Because you and I, we're Terrans, our stories will reflect us no matter how distorted they become.
Oh? You still regard yourself as a Terran?
I've been a Terran since the very first time I read a line penned by Seamus Williams.
Ah, Mr. Seamus Williams.
Why else would I have abandoned the warm armchairs of Cashire County's literature salon and went all the way to Tar and become a...
You still regard yourself as a Terran? An extremely ominous thought flashes through the writer's mind, but he immediately rejects it. He looks at the newspapers again. The papers report only facts, even if they are edited.
I'll just go ahead and ask, who sent you?
I'm here to no one's orders. As you put it, I'm simply an interested reader who wishes to help you piece together the truth.
Can you prove it?
No, there's a conundrum. It'd be simple enough to prove someone did send me, but the opposite? How do I prove someone's non-existence? The author takes another gulp of beer. Despondently gripping his head, he knows it is too late to run. But he can still turn things around. He just has to be clever about it.
I mulled it over, and you're right, it's just a story. I suppose I was a tad nervous. Apologies.
You do have quite a few unfinished tales as well. Perhaps we can join them together and find an ending true to both Saoirsí as it was, and the Tara in your heart. So if you're ready, then for the next story, how about we talk about the dance in the mirror?
The dance in the mirror? What?
No, this is not a matter of cleverness. As long as he's prudent and lets the shadow of the story cast by firelight rise and warp, he will definitely be fine. That old dance. In these weird woods, sometimes you'll find an empty shell left by a certain kinds of fae. They always come in pairs too. The other empty shells over here. When an operator is deployed on one, its twin will copy their range but facing the opposite direction. The copy's attacks also deal burn damage. Make sure to use them when you find them. Ooh! I like that, it's fun. Burn damage! Oh, I'm gonna light everything on fire. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. 19. Guiding Sprout. Mushroom. You know, I'll face this way. And then opposite will be up, so it's fine. Okay, and then... I'll start facing over here. Seems good to me so far. Oh no, I should have brought a healer, you know? That would have been smarter. You know, being healthy is nice. Oh, Will. Oh man, and the grass sprouted. Too late. Actually, wait, I gotta see a bit. I can see here, that's good. Might as well put a healer here too. The more healers, the merrier. And you know what, brother? You come here. Thanks, brother. You. Ta-da!
Once there was a red dragon of pride who
Oh,
snubbed all
and again.
companions, talking only to herself in the mirror from time to time. Once at Samhain, she was to host a grand banquet, and her mirrored self was to help. But the two could not appear together before the guests, or the reflection would perish. The reflection had no choice but to obey the dragon's will. She went and fetched the wakeman for the banquet. The wakeman rejected their invitation and told the reflection to desert. Still, the reflection returned to the lair on her own, only to find the banquet had already begun. The reflection
Interesting.
hid in darkness beyond the bonfire. As the banquet went on, the guests somehow began to vanish, one by one.
Oh, this is ominous so far.
Found and dragged her mirrored self out of the darkness, forcing the reflection to dance with her. The two kept dancing, so relentlessly that the reflection could not feel her toes. She asked for a little rest, but the red dragon was never satisfied.
Alrighty. And I know, right? I wonder how Ivana does viewer people. It's like, Here, love Shinny. The book you wanted, the sequel to the Steam Knights adventures. Why, you ask? Do I need a reason to do something for my beloved sister? But do you really need to read it? Do you really need to read a book you have no interest in at all, but feel pressured by others to our age to read? Oh, she's so cute! I do want to read it. Didn't you tell father you didn't want anyone asking why Victorian wouldn't enjoy stories about the Steam Knights? This book, did Dad ask you to buy it for me? Why do you ask? Because, how did you know? You're backing away from me, Loshini. I don't want you to be scared of me like everyone else. No, if me knowing what you told father is so scary, how about we dance together to calm you down? A dance? Really? Why not? With those words, Iblana gracefully extends a hand towards her sister. But in Loshini's memories, even when her parents put on their favorite music, even when father shook his head to the melody, even when mother tapped her fingers to the beat, her sister would only sit perfectly still while bearing an icy smile. She had never moved her body to any tune, not even once. Once you can keep up with me, you'll no longer have to worry about any book, requests, or even friends her age. The unopened night novel falls to the ground, and the pleasant new book smell is now drowned by muddy water. She was still young then. She never imagined that achieving her desires could feel so heavy and bitter. She only remembers stumbling, turning away, ignoring what was reaching out to her. A soft and cold hand. Loshini, the crowd is gone. You need no longer hide your identity. Do you still think of them as alive, even now? I only know that every Tehran's heart burns with a similar flame, and that ever since our ancestors first bent the knee to the Victorians, that flame has never gone out. That goes for all the townsfolk, as well as those who followed me back here. They all have the same fire, except that theirs has never been tainted by the shade of death. What a wonderful analogy, Loshini. Then let me ask you again. What will you do? Dye these flames in your own hue? I imagine you must have tried already. No matter who they are, once tainted by death, your flames can only render them into ash. So I have a proposal, Loshini. Kill me. And everyone in the city as well. If it bothers you how this will be recorded in history, you can just say that I killed them, and that you merely laid them to rest. The people of Saoirsí are still alive. Even if what animates their bodies is not life, but death. If they were truly devoid of even the faintest spark of life, they would have long since become one of those hollow, shambling corpses you have wandering about. Oh, they will, eventually. No, they won't. I'd rather see the purple flames in them as a plague, one instigated by you. And you plan to find a cure for it? That's right. I want to cure you of it as well, Iblana. How wonderful. Wonderful? Yes, it's absolutely wonderful. Did you not notice? You aren't trying to run from me anymore. You're trying to cure me, of all things. Come, dance with me, Loshini. The same dance I've always invited you to. The one you always ran from. What did you say? I I ask you to dance with me. But before the final bar, be sure to pierce my heart with your spear. This plague is lethal, and there is no cure. I do not question your resolve, but your efforts will be in vain. You've run from your fate all long enough. From now Saoirsí's fate, and ours too. It is not yet Samhain, but the boundary between life and death is more ambiguous than it has been in all of Tehran history. Do you truly wish for Tara to become a kingdom of death? Jannie subconsciously turns her head away. The fierce purple flames still rage in the skeleton that the hero dragged all the way here. Kulan, now taken over by purple flames, briefly stands up before sinking back down to kneel. She cannot bear another look at him, so she turns her gaze back to her sister's eyes, and the hand she's been offered for so many years. It is unclear if it is her imagination or a side effect of the purple flames depriving everything they touch of vitality, but the hand before her seems so pale and bloodless compared to the one in her memories. We speak of the city and the lives of countless people, Iblana. You cannot sum up this matter up as simply as fate. Are you finished? I suppose we spent enough time talking past each other. Iblana! Oh? But feel free to continue. If you so desire, I shall wait here for you as long as you need me to. But do try not to take too long. You can afford to wait, yet that may not be true for others. Breathe deeply. You're right, you can afford to wait, but that may not be true for others. Alright, I'll dance your dance until one of us falls and can dance no more. But I will not follow your lead, absolutely not. As you please. Even though you seem to have misunderstood something, my dear Jannie, the one who cannot afford to wait is standing before you now. Cannot afford to wait? Jannie scrutinizes her sister's face as she suddenly realizes something entirely unrelated to their conversation. The offered hand is indeed pale, and it is not just her imagination. Purple flames seem to weave together into that omnipresent cloak, giving Iblana her beautiful yet terrifying appearance. Yet they also fail to conceal the malady which seems to consume her beneath her pale white skin. She shouldn't be like this. She was never like this before. Iblana, are you... Are you... Alright, sister? A smile spreads across Iblana's face. The same old ice-cold smile is always found there. This time, it seems to bear some warmth, but this only highlights her conspicuous paleness. I appreciate your concern, really, I do. After all those apathetic partings and painful reunions, to only now hear you asking if I'm well, it has truly been so long. Incidentally, I really do wish to dance with you. I will, once I find a way to heal you. Very well, then I shall wait you here. Iblana strides towards the citadel, her footsteps so faint that they seem almost frail. If she just asks the same question over and over, it's because she wants a different answer. Phew. Whew. Red Dragon. Nemos. There was no one at the gates when I got back. I thought something must have happened. What's going on in the square? Red Dragon? What's that? Jannie's holding a small box in her arms. The dim night light seems to make it harder than usual to see. I couldn't save Kulan. This was the only way for him to rest in peace, so he'd no longer have to suffer from the flames in the square. The nomad is silent for a long time until she finds a stone on the ground. She hurls it with all her strength towards the citadel, but the darkness of the night swallows it up, and it fails to even make a sound. It's already past curfew, Bridget. Nemos, Bridget. Let's just... No. Nemos reaches out to the wooden box as if trying to brush non-existent dust off the lid. She suddenly recalls being rejected by her own people a few days ago, and the superfluous words she heard then. The Wakemen do not stand with the living, nor do we require their reverence, until, of course, they are dead. That is a tradition Dublin should be honoring. Still, I'm grateful you were at least willing to give me this whistle. I'll be going now. Wait, Nemos. You knew well that Samhain approaches and this Wakeman would be lacking sacred instruments. You still came. Did the Dubliners force you to? No, I came here of my own. Nemos, you haven't changed one bit. You wait, mediate, and reconcile. Are you also like this in Saoirsí? Do you also serve the Red Dragon like this? I just don't want to see the situation. I don't want to see a situation that could be improved deteriorate any further, or people who could have cooperated fighting each other. If conflict is inevitable, you will only ever sink deeper into that mire. The city has tainted you with its darkness, Nemos. So, the leader, the Red Dragon, Iblana will never give Saoirsí true life. Is that right, Lovshini? She said she couldn't. She actually doesn't like to lie, unless there are other circumstances. She's the leader of Tara, the one and only Red Dragon. What could possibly be tying her hands? What's wrong, Nemos? You seem different. I get it. I finally get it. Your Highness Lovshini. It seems that that fire can, in fact, infect the living. Nemos? The people I once depended on turned out to be a swarm of selfish parasites. The leader I believed in turned out to be an evil dragon who doesn't care if anyone lives or dies. The people I once put my life on the line to protect became the reason my closest friend died. I can't even imagine what they would have done to him if that wicked dragon hadn't lit him up with her flames. Kulan was right to ask what we would do when Samhain is over. What should I do? Other than revenge, there's nothing left for me either. As she utters these words, Lovshini sees a flame ignite within the final Saoirsí and left, untainted by the purple fire. Well, there she goes. Your Highness, will you regard me as the same as the rest of the residents, a servant of Iblana? No. This deadly disease, it has ultimately infected even the last person in the city. If so, Your Highness, then I swear to you that I will aid you in the stance that's been forced on you, until the very end. Until the wicked dragon falls. I have heard your vow. Now I must leave the city for a while. Come with me, Nemos. To the Wakemen? I have no hope of curing the flame here, so I thought we should seek aid from anyone who might be able to help. No, I can't go with you. I have no right to be there anymore. I'll stay in the city, as long as the Red Dragon doesn't realize what's going on, and tear me apart. I'll try my best to keep the situation from deteriorating. Though, I'd appreciate it if you could return this whistle for me. And Kulan too. Please give him a proper funeral. A proper funeral requires eulogies from friends and family, so... I'll write one. Could you read it for me there? Alright. Aw, she really did like Kulan. Here, it's done. I'll go with Reed. The Dark Woods aren't letting anyone in or out, but it should be smoother with us too. No, Bridget, you should stay too. I need your help. Reed? I'll be fine by myself. That works, but... Nemos, you're so different now. I guess... this is what vengeance does to a person. And now onward. Drowned in a fire. Please bring me to the other Red Dragon. Other than that, I ask for nothing more. Oh no, 2 exits. Actually, that's fine. No fear, no pain. Sheesh. Okay, now, do I want to change any of this up? Let me steer for a tiny bit. Actually, no, it's fine. All goes well-ish. I mean, Ivana could be playing the role as the wicked evil dragon. Gotta set up the stage for the hero to appear. Was that another trick of the shadows? This isn't the right way. I'm going in circles. I can't see the sky. How long has it been? How far do I still need to go? I still have to go. Well, I'm in the dark woods at least. The mist and noise Bridget was talking about didn't keep me out. Tricky Fae, shadows pointing the wrong way, foul beasts that trip you with branches. That's all more or less the same as when I was bringing Moron and the others back. The trees are too tall and the leaves too thick. They block out the sky, making the life here difficult from outside. Different from outside. This is the right path. I'm at the heart of the dark woods now. The scenery seems different from before. Where'd the red and gold of autumn go? Why does it look like this? The black mist? So the woods are rejecting me, after all? Loshini grabs her weapon tightly. If Nemos is right, and Dublin never returned after leaving the city, then they were most likely swallowed by the mist. But it shows no sign of aggression. It simply lingers. Does it reject me? No, it's closer to indifference. Disappointment? Why? There's no answer except the rustling of leaves. Loshini shakes her head and cautiously goes around the mist, choosing a path that looks like it has light at the end. The mist remains indifferent to her passage. The faded delight in leading travelers astray are nowhere to be seen. Just keep walking. Another dead end. No time to waste here, I'm sorry, but I'll have to burn a way through. You're overthinking it. Who's there?
Take a guess.
How could it be? You're the gentleman from the city. I wanted to ask you something, but you...
Indeed. Hardly the most amicable of partings. Since then, I've been following and watching you for a while now. Consider it my way of reflecting on myself. I'll admit you're not quite what I thought, but this is no time for small talk. Do not burn the trees. It should be enough to illuminate them with your fire. See for yourself what they really are.
What they really are? The leaves of rage are sharp, the brambles are hard, and the branches have a metallic gleam. What is this?
That's not important. What's important is that your fire can't burn through it. Now follow me. Hurry, before the black mist changes its mind. We can talk later, but if that thing is in a bad mood, there won't be anything left to bury when it's done with you.
Isn't that a dead end?
Why do you put so much faith into what you see? Just listen and move.
Okay, where is great grandpa taking her? This is the path I took when I came to Saoirsí. So this is where those trails lead? If you don't mind me asking, are you in the forest Fae?
Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing to do with them. The woods, though, centuries have passed, but it's hardly changed at all, other than the black mist. Ruins the view, really.
We'll be out of the dark woods soon. Now could you...
Tisk tisk, this is really...
What's happening?
Look behind you.
Reed, we're here. The refugees appear in the well-lit edge of the woods. What happened in the city? It's like the black mist got angry the moment you entered it, cutting it off from the outside. It's been days since anyone went to the dark woods. A few people were hunting on the outskirts when they heard sounds from within and saw what looked like fire. Whenever something similar happened before, the Wakeman told us not to approach the woods. This time, though, we recognized your fire. We could hardly ignore it. You shouldn't have come. It's dangerous here. Then you shouldn't have either. Not on your own. We all learned a lesson about letting you go off alone after waiting for you in the marshes outside Londinium. We trust you, so please trust us back. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's go back to camp. Sir, would you... And there he goes. Who are you talking to? Is there someone else with you? The red dragon turns around, but her uninvited companion has already vanished without a trace, like the dew under the morning sun. Yeah, I'm happy they stayed behind. Oh gosh, if they went to Saoirsí, oh, that would have been horrible. Thank you for providing refuge for these people. Nemo's entrusted them to us. We simply did our part. On behalf of the Wakemen, I promise that we will not reveal your existence to anyone unaware. And you have seen with your own eyes that your people are safe. Now it is time for you to leave. What do you mean? Is she not welcome here? Neither are your people, Moran. Whenever two red dragons meet, endless conflict awaits. If you insist on involving yourselves in it, then we can no longer offer you sanctuary.
How could you?
This is how we've always been. The Wakemen never start nor end conflicts. The disputes of all of the living are not our concern. We watch over only the souls of the departed. If you are truly the noble and compassionate leader Moran imagines you to be, you would not drag these innocents into your battle, Red Dragon. This isn't a battle between two red dragons. I came to seek your help on behalf of the people of Saoirsí. Every battle has its reasons. It's not an excuse. Reed wouldn't do that. Excuse or not, the disputes of the living are none of our concern. A hard-learned lesson whose bitter fruits we continue to taste this day. Now leave. What if I'm here to ask you to hold a funeral? A funeral? In that case, the Wakemen will welcome you, but for that and only that. Now tell me the name of the departed, their deeds in life, and present their remains. His name was Kulan. He was a blacksmith. Kulan? How did he die? Wait, she also knows Kulan? Dang Kulan! He's popular with the Wakemen, huh? Oh my. How did he die? The purple flames of death took both his life and his will. Not even my flames can help him now. Then why is it that not a single denizen of Saoirsí has come to us to request a funeral since the city became independent? So it transpires that the first Saoirsian to be mourned since the end of the war was not taken by war at all. There's always sibling drama with the dragons, which is So I weave the straw into a ring like this? Yes, then adorn it with with these flowers, and the wreath is complete. I remember when the farmers put a wreath on your head, praying for a good harvest next year.
Feels like old times. I miss that.
Are you not happy here? I'd rather enjoy myself, but the others might find it stifling.
The life of a Wakeman is almost like a self-punishment after all. What's the word for it again? Asceticism? No alcohol, no overeating, no fancy foods, can't even laugh too loud. They wake up before sunrise and sleep after midnight, and everything in between is some ritual or other. At least they don't expect the same from us, but there's no avoiding it. But there's no avoiding them when we have to help out on the forums and stuff. I've practically forgotten how to laugh. Ha. Moran's the only one who goes out of her way to talk to them. She's learning something new every day. Might be how they tie certain knots. Might be how to estimate the age of a tree.
Compared to the Wakemen and the tales, though. Your Highness? Ma'am, I did not expect to find you here working with them.
Rita's always been like this.
Should we excuse ourselves? No, I simply came to confirm the facts of the departed's life for the purpose of the ritual. Please tell me, what happened to Kulan? I will tell you all that I saw as I saw it. I hope it makes you feel something. Flashback. Also, here's the whistle. Tree shield. Tree shield, huh? Well. Guess see how this goes. 17, 18, 19. Same setup as usual. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And again as usual. Bonk, bonk. Bringing out a healer right here. Dublin Flame Chaser Soldier. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see how these guys are. No fear, no pain. Okay, there, I got it in time. Oh, they're just slinking around. I don't like that. Oh wait, I derped by not putting someone down yet. Oops, on this side. But it's okay right now. Still stand her ground for now. Flames! All the flames of passion. Actually, Mudrock, please help. Thanks, Mudrock. And over here, seems good. Oh, this is kind of chaos. Too bad she couldn't fit behind. Hey, Blana. Still wish you let me summon you. I've already dismissed all the servants in the Citadel. These footsteps, then... Oh, welcome home, Brigadier.
Your Highness.
Ah, it's you. Did you need something?
You aren't going to ask how I returned.
No, I won't. You came back, and that's all that matters, my loyal servant. Besides, I have a fairly good idea what sort of guest you can bring me. Has the curfew started?
Just now.
Then you can see that my orders have been followed. Failure. Failure? No, Saoirsí's here. I am here. What failure? Escape. The deadline is Samhain. Surely, the Black Mist remembers this, even if it's hardly known for being a good listener. Unsurprising. Okay, so the Mist made a deal with her, or bet with her? Disappointing. Unacceptable. Am I meant to understand something from these few words? Or perhaps you two prefer the directness of arts and destruction to the impression of language? No sooner do those words leave Iblana's lips than the gleaming branches thrust forth in the dark mist, reaching for her throat. At the same time, her spear penetrates the thick mist. Purple fire is faintly visible from within. She could burn it away to nothingness with a thought. But the branches never find Iblana's throat, and her purple flames never ignite. Samhain. By the time the sun rises on the day after Samhain, the people will be plain for all to see. So, why don't we dispense with these meaningless bluffs? Iblana's spear still impales the mist, but the branches before her throat disappear a moment later. As to the flames at the tip of her spear, the dark mist dissipates.
Your Highness.
You're still here. Did you need something else? Is this about Dublin? There are only the two of us us here, I will permit you to speak that word again, my most loyal servant.
Thank you, but there's no need. Spectres are but spectres, even if they helped found a nation. There's no place for ghosts in the history books. But I worry about my colleagues who stayed behind that day, as I did. Where are they? Could they mean you harm?
No need to worry. Even if there were, that is no reason for you to risk staying here. Hey, hello, hello.
I saw a scene of chaos on the way back. It was bedlam. People were fighting over the tiniest things. Sometimes, nothing at all, while others seemed to be stuck where they stood like statues. Just like the specters who fought the Victorians with us. Will they fade into darkness too? This is not Saoirsí, the Red Dragon's lair, the capital of Tara. Anything that happens here will have repercussions across the nation.
No, it won't. I feel pretty good after napping. Oh, napping felt nice. At the same time, now I'm a bit hungry. You don't sound convinced.
Your Highness, at the end of the day, I have just one question. One question I pray you will answer.
Very well. I'll forgive your imprudence. Takes a deep breath.
Your Highness Ablana, that future you promised Dublin, you've promised Tara, the future where all Tarans could freely write their own dreams. Was it all a lie?
You had thought, if Iblana actually got killed and still lives, you wonder if we technically witnessed the birth of an ageless? Ooh. She could be an ageless. Also, oh my goodness, that would make her so much more, in a way, kind of like our boy Nasela. It's like, haha, I have become one with death. The Brigadier cannot stop himself from trembling. The fear that had lurked in his heart for days overcomes him. It is not because he fears his own end. He is not afraid of being swallowed by the dark mist like his colleagues, or of invoking the Red Dragon's wrath. He fears that he will hear an answer he dare not consider. It was true, every word of it.
Your Highness.
I've answered your question, Brigadier. The Red Dragon's voice seems ethereal, feeble even, but it leaves no room for questioning. It is the voice that has led the man to victory countless times, and so he slowly straightens his back.
Then I trust you.
Perhaps, or perhaps you simply have no other choice.
Often have you chosen a path that seemed baffling, impossible even, but it always ends up leading us closer to our dream. Of that I have no doubt.
Such deep trust is indeed worthy of my gratitude. However, I do not require you to maintain order within Saoirsí. If you manage to return from the Dark Woods, then you should return there now.
Until some time has passed.
Until some time has passed, or... I stepped into the Dark Woods once more, calling to the mists of horror.
Your Highness.
Do you hear the song coming from beyond the woods? Hardly a day has passed since you left. Fine work, Lofshini. Is that what's been happening in the city? Reed, your sister, what is she planning? I don't know. Someone once told me that her plans would only ever be beneficial to Tara. Now, though, I can trust neither her nor the one who made that promise.
Are you still not going to help her, wake woman?
She came for a funeral, and we will only accept her for that. I have learned of the deeds of the departed. Bring the knots and wreaths and come outside. The funeral is about to begin. The people set aside their differences and stand up in silence. Funeral time. I stepped into the dark woods one morn, calling to the mists of horror. I trod upon the road, heading out to war. No pipes a singing, nor battle drums a roar. Only the bells behind me. Through dew and fog, their rings do soar. The wakemen sing softly, each attending to their own duty. Some adorn the coffin with knots and wreaths. Some lay firewood and kindling around it. Some distribute candles to the attending refugees as they continue to sing. Tiny lights begin to sway throughout the camp. Lofshini has a candle too, which she carefully lifts in front of her chest.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I didn't know the departed, and I don't really have much to say, but where I grew up, people talked freely at funerals.
Certainly. This is how Tehran's honor the departed. Life should be celebrated, even after its end. The joy of the living is consolation to the dead. You're free to talk amongst each other. I also made some snacks. Please feel free to share them. We'll also provide refreshments later. However, we must request that you exercise restraint, considering that Mr. Kulan died before his time and under unfortunate circumstances. We must also ask you to follow our instructions during the fire returning ceremony.
Understood. Is this how your folks hold funerals, Moran?
We didn't have all these rites and ceremonies. All we did was keep watch through the night. No clue what this fire returning thing is either.
Guess we just followed their instructions. Have you ever been part of a ceremony like this, Reed?
Shakes head.
I see.
It's new for everyone. Let her cook. As she's setting things up at the very least. Like Nasalem and Teresa's. She is a path forger. Just say, yeah, if you let Tara become a kingdom of death or save it from me. Oh man. Well, I do want to summon her, so right now I'm saying let her cook.
You mean?
Lofshini has found the Wakeman. The hero's funeral has begun. I stepped into the dark woods once more, called to the mists of horror. I trod upon the road, heading out to war. Do you know the song?
You already know the answer. I lead the young into battle with it more than a few times.
Oh gosh, this guy.
Who is it? Who's singing? Why is it that I still hear that song here at the site of the old capital, even after escaping the dark woods? Or am I still stuck in the woods? No, the sound is coming from the furnace at the center of the ruins. Such a beautiful tune. No pipes of singing, nor battle drums of roar. Only the bells behind me. Through dew and fog, their rings do soar. I should go back. Now I see what I truly want. Besides, do I really deserve to escape Saoirsí?
He's going back.
Here, Emma, today's bread.
Thanks for sharing your food in times like these.
You shared with me before, just returning a favor.
But why do you keep staring at the bread in my hand like that?
Mutters, control yourself, control yourself. Mutters, she's Emma, the one who shared bread with you. You must help her. You must... I'm fine, Emma. I just meant to say, you've been bedridden for so long. There'll be tough times ahead.
No pipes of singing, nor battle drums of roar.
Why are you singing that?
Someone's singing, in the distance. Bread sounds pretty good right now. I wonder if there's any bread at home. Friends of the departed, please present your eulogy before the fire returning ceremony begins. Read. Hey, hello. Oh man, a good place to rest. I wish. It's too hot here. Also, apparently a storm is coming. That's supposed to like reach here next week, so that's gonna be a thing. Let's see how bad it is. Like, welcome back, Ocean Nunos. I have a eulogy here, written by Nemos. May I read it? I did take a nap right after work. It felt good. It felt really, really good. I got to leave work early today, so I just passed out when I got home. Like, ah, comfort. Bleh. Of course, go ahead. Dear Kulan. A letter? Kulan, perhaps it won't be long before I join you. Ooh. I know, right? It's coming and returning. What is it, a relative? Kulan, perhaps it won't be long before I join you, before I become a slave of the purple flame, before I turn to ash. Perhaps there won't be anyone to free me from an afterlife of eternal torment. But I've never forgotten what you said to me. You said you wanted to be a hero. You asked me to let you become one. You said not Saoirsí needed a hero for the post-war days, one who belonged only to us, neither Dublin nor soldier. You said that nearly everyone in the city had lost something important in the war, be it a partner, a child, or a future. Without a hero, an exemplar to understand them and fight for their rights, one who would also set them right should they go astray. Without that, they wouldn't have anything to hold on to when the war ends, when they have no one left to hate. I agreed and assented to your request. You took Theo in and helped the people who'd lost their livelihoods. You thought everything was on the right path, and so you proposed the statue. You became fully immersed and took on a great burden. But by the time you realized, it was too late. Now it is my turn to carry this burden, one too heavy for a single person to bear. Aw, Nemos. Now it is my turn to carry this burden, one too heavy for any single person to bear. Farewell, Kulan. Slan Leat, or should I say, Slango Foil. May we meet again in the warm flames. Bonfire. As she finishes, a flame is thrown into the kindling surrounding the coffin, igniting the firewood. The crowd gathers around the bonfire, following the instructions of the wakeman. Witness the departed has found peace in flames. He shall no longer wander the mortal realm. Place your candle as close to the fire as possible, or throw it in directly. Return the fire to the departed. Ooh! How's the Princess Peach showtime? The trailer looked cute. Also, I'm excited for the Fate event. Like, oh my goodness. My Kotomine is gonna do so good, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna be disappointed in him. Like, Kotomine, you got to NP5, which is disturbing. But at the same time, it's your time to shine, dude. I'm gonna put him as support first thing. If you have anything to say to the departed, say it aloud to the flame. Be it praise or reproach, they are the memories that will console the departed at journey's end. Once you've returned the fire, please remain to keep watch over his soul until the fire has gone out. Let us begin. Slan Leat, may you find rest, stranger. Deceiver and hero. Moran bends down and places her candle by the fire. The licking flames swallow it in an instant, almost burning her hand. Yes, the sussy priest extorting friend points. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Oh, that's pretty good. 67 out of 10. Do you want to come closer to the fire, Reed? If there's anyone here who doesn't deserve to pay respects to Kulan, it'll be me. You couldn't have saved him. Moran? There was no place for him in the Red Dragon's lair from the moment he made the choice to truly become a hero. You should return the fire to him. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, let the dead rest with their memories as life goes on. Return the fire. Let the dead rest with their memories as life goes on. Moran with the words of wisdom. While Lofshini is lost in thought, the others continue to return their fire, and then sit down in some distance from the bonfire until she is the only one left with a candle in her hand. She walks forward in silence and tosses the candle into the blazing bonfire. The dead are gone. All their ambition, obsession, realization, and desperation turn to fading smoke and silent ash in the flames. Well, and now onward. I'm just checking what I can farm, by the way. So later on tonight, I'll be farming these for sure. Heck, maybe something else is good here. Ooh, I can always use more grindstones. As you can tell, I don't really have that many grindstones, surprisingly. I gotta grind for those stones after all. Like, I like Moran. Moran's fun. Hey, hello, hello? Oh, a series of long mini-games, each with their own story, gimmicks, and rules. Some cute, some cool. But visually looks good? Ooh! Oh, I like the difference. And only one exit, 2 entrances? The Lost. Will this path truly lead me to him? Him who? Who he? So you won't go to the city, even to perform a fire returning ceremony? What you described is highly unusual. We cannot simply take your word that the residents are no longer among the living. Besides, the fire returning ceremony is just that, a ceremony. Do not expect it to be anything more than that. Very well then. You may return, Wake Woman. Thank you for your help. You intend to go back to Saoirsí, even without us? Moran and the others have settled in well, and you've done what Nemo's entrusted to me so far. I've done what Nemo's entrusted to me so far. So, my work here is done. Take care, Your Highness. I will. The Red Dragon sets out in the direction from whence she came. Everything that happened yesterday seems but a distant shadow now, but also a tiny spark of flame. Return the fire.
Have you made up your mind to go to your death?
The stranger? Good timing, sir. May we talk? If you'll help me.
Did your Red Dragon history lessons ever teach you about a poor wretch by the name of... Labriethok?
Excuse me? Oh, cool! There's now officially 4 stages left. 2 story stages, or 2 record stages, and 2 battle stages. Perfect then! Woohoo! Oh, the most difficult thing is getting the collectibles. You need to complete challenges to get some of them, like find this hidden spot or don't get hit once. Oh gosh, don't get hit once. I hate that.
I'll take that as a no. After returning to the palace for the first time in years, he never even had the chance to see his brother before the guards took him away and plunged a sword through his chest.
I know the story.
Then why are you so eager to follow in his footsteps and have history remember you as a fool? Leave. You've seen your sister and now you're still alive. In that, you've already achieved more than he ever did.
The story of Labriethok and Alil is not a story of Mina Blana.
Fine. Let's say I was willing to hear you out. What did you want to talk about?
The city's fire returning ceremony. I just wanted to find someone to help with the preparations, but you seem to know a lot about history. The history entails Atara, so I was thinking you might be able to help. That's so oof though, that guy. He's just like, I want to visit my brother. I'm gonna go back home. Hi, brother. Gets stabbed. Like, okay, brother.
History, tales. We can talk on the way, come.
I know, he's like, oh, these youngsters these days. The Riverman's first time. It's like, why are these youngsters trying to say stuff like family bonds and love and friendship? But that's not the way to the Dark Woods.
Just follow me. It worked out for you in the woods, didn't it?
Let's see where we're going. The ruins of the palace. I've been here before. It's dangerous. The Originium-rich environment is...
You said you wanted history and tales. What better place in Tara than this ancient Tenge's expletive palace?
I love how you just cuss it out. This freaking palace. The what? Palace?
Ah, never mind.
I appreciate your help in the woods, but I have important business to attend to. I don't have time to...
And what's this important business? Dying for nothing? Sure, you're different from your sister. That dragon's flames may be cursed, but her personality is as typical as they come. Arrogant, leaving no room for any other voice. You may be better, but...
I'm different from my sister, but she's not who you say she is.
But however different you may be, conflict is in the nature of the Red Dragons, even if you were merely dragged into it. and there is only ever one outcome. Only one may emerge alive. One of you will die sooner or later, so what's the hurry? Have patience, young dragon, we're almost there. We come here for this altar.
Altar? You mean the thing in the middle? Isn't that the furnace? The furnace which fused together the weapons of every Tehran soldier and overturned the fate of the dynasty. The furnace from which fallen soldiers were reborn.
That's what you call today, isn't it? Far more important than just another altar, to be sure. But an altar is an altar, even if it's a little bigger than the others. It was based on the ceremonial stone circle used to coronate the king Gael, and the palace was built around it. Whenever an old red dragon died, this is where the fire was returned to them.
The fire returned?
When you saw back at those woods, when you saw that back at those wood brains camp, gotta give them credit. They managed to remember all that, even centuries later. Fire returning wasn't just about a bonfire back in the day, though. By the time the old hag, Marguerite, it was enough for the siblings of the heir to the title of King Gael to put their hands into the fire and get a few blisters. Go back even further, though, and those siblings would have been burned alive together, or so they say. There's no hard evidence. Now you've gone even paler.
He flicks his hand, and a speck of purple fire flies forth from his sleeve, joining the same purple fire in the altar. The flame breathes quietly, like an infant in its mother's embrace. Your flame is purple too? No wait, you're Draco. Could you be...
Awfully slow, aren't you? Well, it's too late to run. Put your hand in.
What?
You announced Saoirsí to return its fire, didn't you? Put your hand in.
The red dragon falls silent, then stretches out her hand to touch the flame in the furnace. As expected, it is not warm. But to her surprise, it does not feel cold either.
Now, I brought you here to see something. The tragedy of Tara, the ill repute of the Red Dragons. It is simply the cruel cycle of fate repeating itself again and again. Like your sister, I was an aberration that breathed the flames of death. It is not my intention to disrespect the dead, nor could I even if I wanted to, but I wanted to show you.
Wow, so they did have similar powers.
The fate of those who die upon this land.
Well, you can tell they're related. Is this where we should begin? Understandable. Of all recent events, it is the most significant. Your sister was right. Those who have touched the flames of death are beyond help, yet the fire should not have spread so readily. What hatred did it take for the Dracos to once again sire an ill-omened aberration, the first in 600 years? Well, he's been dead for like 600 years. Of course he looks tired. It makes sense. Ah, and him. If you ask me, he slept in far too late. Could hardly drag himself out of bed by sunset. Of course he became the sacrifice. Even you should not speak of the dead so lightly. Do not justify it as a sacrifice. You can only say that because you've seen too little. Those feelings will pass soon enough, once you're used to it. Now you should be well rested. Or that makes sense that you heard it. Either way, it's either you sleep for 600 years, you wake up super duper refreshed, or you're even more tired than usual. That's how it'd be after resting a while too. Like, I could sleep for 12 hours, wake up and feel worse than when I went to sleep. See? Here comes another sacrifice. Another sacrifice. No! The Victorians who killed you have been chased out. The last Victorian bastard died before my eyes. In a sense, your sister's dream did become reality. The Turons have risen, and the Victorians have fallen. Simple, direct, satisfying. Were you one of the bystanders too? Don't get caught up in that, child. You know what I am. Oh, and then back to the war. This I do not recognize. Explain. It was a war. There are always wars. Be specific. Who did she incinerate, and what land did she set her sights on? Victoria. Iblana wanted to take Tara back from the Aslans. This was the conclusion to that war. The Aslans, those conceited bastards. But is she not facing a Sarkaz? Never mind. The Lions are the ones who stole Victoria. That's all I need to know. I love how confused, like, her great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa is. He's like, what is this? Like, why is she fighting the Salem of all people? It's like, lots have happened, Gramps. You slept for far too long. I don't need you to tell me what this is, just as I can tell the expression beneath the mask. The satisfaction and joy that only appear in the Red Dragon's visage in the face of certain death. No, that wasn't joy. It was the opposite. The opposite? Maybe you're simply gravely injured and started hallucinating on the brink of death. But as I said, it's simply repeating the past. Cities may ride on wheels now, and the master of the realm has changed hands, but what's inside never changes. What is this? Your home? Where'd you learn to point your blade at each other? Who's this man? The Earl of Warwick, our foster father. Iblana said he helped Tehran see hope, a hope they could see but never reach. That all he ever did was drive thirsty travelers mad with mirages. In his hand, he held a delicate thread. On one end were the Tehrans, who had rediscovered their name. On the other lay the oppressors who had trodden upon them for so long. Yeah, I think Mr. Exiled King is projecting. That thread was my sister and I. Looking back, perhaps he was the first to be afflicted by the purple flame. Times have changed, Grandpa. People don't need to do everything themselves. We got AI now. It's like, I don't know who this Al is, but I don't trust it.
Ha. Not only do you sympathize with your sister, but you also know her well. No wonder you're so loath to kill her.
He's like, dang, imagine having a decent sibling relationship. Couldn't be me. But I have no intention of becoming like her, nor will I simply allow myself to be killed. These events, the history you have me recall, what are you trying to tell me?
That the history of Tara is nothing but the continuous accumulation and recombination of ruins of the past. What you have seen, I have too. Nothing new can be found within.
What I see are not ruins, but the source of the flames. The flames in Saoirsí are indeed my sister's fire, but they're also the great sorrow behind the bloodshed, left with nowhere to go. It was the war. No, the pain, the oppression, the things taken away from them, which began long before the war. That's what lit the fire in their hearts. My sister shaped their sorrow into hatred, which scorched the fields of Tara and drove out the Victorians. However, without vengeance to cloak the sorrow, the same fire has come back to burn them, burning away everything they have, until they are nothing but a walking dead.
A fine summary, child, but do you really think that returning the fire would solve all the city's problems?
It's the only path before me.
True, but how do you tread it? Come, we've seen your story, now see mine.
Ooh, story time from Grandpa. Ancient Tenge.
Don't cry now, it's just a cloud beast.
Ancient Tenge. But I raised Greyclaw from when she was a baby. They say your fire is different. Daide, you do not heal the living, but instead bring the dead back to life.
They don't come back. It's just an empty shell.
Even if it's just an empty shell, please, Daide, I just want to hear Greyclaw's voice again. And so, the impulsive red dragon let his daughter's plea get the better of his judgment. After a few months, strange things began to happen, not just to the cloud beast, but to all the beasts of the pasture. Burning beasts no longer ate grass, sissy beasts no longer gave milk, the old refused to die, the young refused to live. The bare skeletons devoid of flesh began to roam the pastures. As the purple fire spread through the herds, the red dragon was forced to leave the pasture with his people. He made the same mistake many times throughout his brief existence. The purple fire spread through the herds? What about it? Your own dear sister dared to burn people with the same fire. Now that's crazy. How was the fire extinguished? You'll find out soon enough. This is the Citadel in Saoirsí? The same corridor? No, but your mistake is understandable. We simply took a large step back in time. This is how the palace you currently stand in looked 600 years ago. It's incredible how stonemasons centuries hence managed to perfectly recreate this in this Saoirsí of yours. So what happened here? Here, ha. Labriata, the fool that had made too many mistakes, the likes of which you have already seen, he grew weak and felt his end coming. On the eve of Samhain, he went to see his brother he had not seen for 20 years, bringing the finest gifts his nomadic life would allow. He even convinced the druids of the city, who oversaw the festival ceremonies, to take him to his brother. Touched by his familial love, they led him to the city, but he failed to realize when his guide's silhouette, voice, and demeanor changed, not until it was too late. He came back home with presents. Dang. Well, he was taken to this very corridor, and I doubt that Alil, who gave the order to assassinate his brother, was on that balcony on the other side of the door. For my eyes are wide open until the very end, but I never saw his fire through the gaps. Where did it all go wrong? Was he angry that the priest continued to treat me like a royalty? Did he consider me leaving without a word 20 years later a betrayal? He left without a word. Oh my goodness, dude. That might have been it. That might have been the thing. It's like, brother, what the fuck? You left me all alone for 20 years and now you come back with all these epic goodies? It's like, I'll take the goodies, but brother. Or was it someone else who wanted me dead, and he simply had no choice? Yeah, he did the true love treatment. What's with these brothers? These brothers are so bad with communication. They just leave and never respond and then come back like years later. And expect all is well. I'll never know. Within this brief, swift act of violence, there's only one thing that I had long known, that I'd never doubted. A red dragon never forgives. The hatred of the dragons is even longer than the history of Tara. It's like, did you not get my note? What note? It was on the back of one of the bills. Oh, I threw those out. You didn't pay the bill either. It's like, well, time to die.
But there's more I want to tell you. After I died, Alil ordered my coffin dragged through the city for all to see the end that befell me. And so purple fire raged through every pasture I'd stayed at with my clan. Life had turned its back on all who touched it. Only death remained. 7 days later, the priest returned my fire to me at a clearing outside the dark woods, and only when the fire they returned to me was extinguished did the purple flames in the pastures begin to subside. It was only then that the last vestige of my consciousness that remained in the flames after death faded to darkness. All living things that touch the flames, people or beasts, were turned to ash. Your sister spoke true. The flames will continue to spread as long as she lives. But she's a typical red dragon. She is not so noble as to give up her life to save those who have yet to survive. If she's inviting you back, then it is certainly a trap. Run, call for help, yell, find someone who is her equal and to extinguish the endlessly spreading flames. That is the only way.
But what if she has already decided that I'm the only one worthy to dance with her? What if I can't abandon the lives in the city to their fates, as long as there is any chance of saving them?
So you return the fire to someone else, to someone who's still alive?
Yes.
And what if that doesn't work?
Regardless, I'm going back no matter what. Silence, and then Loshini hears a sigh. Ancient Tenge.
I suppose stubbornness and stupidity really are hereditary.
Dude. This is funny. I kind of like that. He's like, dang. We're all dummies. It's like, man, why is our bloodline so stupid? Like, come on, dude. It's like, nah, man, you're the dummy. So silly. And oh gosh, look at that guy just glitching in the corner there. On the left side. He's just vibing. Okay, now I wonder how this will be. Actually, wait, no, right here. Right here seems decent. Oh, it's a little bunny! Wait, it's a little bunny. That means it's the most terrifying creature ever. Little bunnies end up being the most horrifying. For some odd reason. That is how the bunny do. I can exist if I want to. Look at the bunny. Look at it just doing... I exploded it. Goodbye, bunny. It was probably a dangerous beast anyways. It's okay. Poopy bunny. And wait. I'll bring out a healer, because, you know, healers are good. I can be smart this time. And once the others start coming out, I will do this. Flames! Even more flames and flames. Everyone has flames. Like, ta-da! Okay, not too bad. Though I hate how they're just like circling. There's this guy right here. This guy. I wanna bonk this guy. Bunny. Okay, finally he came out. Back to Bunny. Yeah, that's why he's not bothering Iblana and going for Reed instead. This is far enough. We're ready at the Wakeman camp.
Your sister roused me from my slumber. You can always return me to it with your own flames if you want.
Reed. A golden-haired Paro leaps off the back of a burden beast and rushes towards the red dragon. The burden beast is dragging an improvised cart with numerous long wooden boxes stacked upon it. Bridget? What are you doing here? Are those... coffins? Yeah, coffins. Nemo said to bring them to the Wakeman. Are they still in the ruins? Say, is there someone with you? I can smell the same burning stink, and I could swear I heard you talking just now.
Humph.
He's like, I'm not interested in you, Bridget. No, I'm alone. These are... dead folks. The type who pull their own arms out of their sockets to bite their imaginary enemies if you grab their hand, along with the poor wretches they tore to pieces. And Theo, Nemo's found him in the end. Aw, they found Theo. I feel like the homes would have to be really tall. Because there's so many people with horns. Or else, oof. I know, right? It's like, hey, Mr. Exiled King, Bridget is one of your people's descendants. If you want to bother someone, bother her. It's almost like this was the natural order of things. The bonfires will be burning, brightest when night falls in Samhain. The red dragon looks towards Saoirsí and sees a faint shadow in the distance, painting a silhouette of purple flames. We'll be out of coffins if this keeps up. You have holes in your ceiling. Do you have termites? No, I'm friends with an Oni. It's like, ah, makes sense. I hope Bridget made it out of the city, and that the mist in the woods is thin enough for her to follow the trail. Bless it. Kulan left a few unused weapons in this house. I can't let anyone see them. And this fuel. Explosives? Her Highness Elfshini might find a use for them. No, what's the point when every servant in the Citadel has already been afflicted by the purple flames? Besides, the greedy red dragon has already sent them away. Almost as if she's preparing for a showdown with Her Highness. Or setting a trap? Who's there? Rory, what are you doing here?
You're... Nemos.
Yes, I'm going through Kulan's effects. If this isn't urgent, can I ask you to...
Traitor.
Have you gone mad? Oh, silly me, of course you have. We all have.
Traitor.
I still can't bring myself to kill them, even if they might as well be dead already. Ha. I better drag this fellow back home. Could do without the unwanted attention. She just bonked him. Freaking Rory. Rory. Causing trouble again. Phew.
Nemos? Don't mind me. I'll be on my way.
What's that in your hand?
Oh, nothing. Now if you excuse me.
That necklace. It was a gift from Niels to Emma.
I gave her bread that was way more valuable than jewelry in times like these. She gave it to me.
Did she now? A necklace she never takes off?
It's none of your business.
Well... Nemos, you stay behind? I thought all the Dubliners left the city. Don't tell me you're one of those living statues now who refuse to move or talk. I might be soon. Why did you bring them up? Samhain begins tonight, so I went through the houses of missing people and found plenty of good stuff for the party tonight. Samhain? Party? About Kulan, well, he was already in his last legs by then, and I didn't really... Let's not talk about that. Look at all this stuff. It'll be a night to remember. The woman shows Nemos her bag, revealing a bottle of curded sissy milk, a few long since sprouted potatoes, and several bare bones. Yummy! Just wait for me, Nemos, Kulan. We'll have a fantastic Samhain. Only when the woman has already disappeared around the corner does Nemos remember who she is. A villager who once lived in the outskirts of Saoirsí. 2 years ago, the Victorians took her father away while investigating Dublin. The autumn harvest had just ended, and she'd been preparing to celebrate the harvest festival. I think the only thing edible from that is probably the bone marrow. While Elfshini hears about the situation in the city exceeds her wildest imagination. I must go back, now. Wait for me. I'll come back once I deliver these folks to the Wakemen. Are you sure about this, Bridget? It's dangerous in the city. If I fail, there might be no survivors. True, but I still gotta go. Why? Because it wasn't like this before. The city folk never had much to spare, but they always had a cup of water for me when I delivered their letters. They didn't see me as one of their own, but they didn't walk away with a sneer when I told them the nomad legends either. They listened. And they definitely didn't bite, claw, and punch at people like they do these days. Like The Walking Dead straight from a story. Who the nomads deliver letters for if the city dies for real? Dedicated to her job. Moran? The second shipment of bodies has arrived from Saoirsí. I must make the preparations. At this rate, it won't be long until the third, fourth, or more. Are we really going to ignore it? As I told you many times, the Wakemen do not take sides. It is not a decision to make. Are the Saoirsians not Tehran's too? Why are we standing on their side watching when the Tehran capital is marching towards destruction? I know you came back with the Red Dragon. You fear she will meet the same fate as Labriathak. But we were the ones who sent Labriathak to its doom. We're descended from the priests that once officiated the ceremonies at Tara's royal palace. Our ancestors, moved by Labriathak's plea, welcomed him back to the palace when Alil's stance was ambivalent. The flames of death that spread through the plains of Tara were only extinguished 7 days after his death, when our ancestors finally returned his fire jam. They then left the palace of their own accord, going to self-exile on Labriathak's former pastures, so as to never forget the lesson, and thus, the Wakemen were born. I'm sorry, but Reed isn't Labriathak, and history is not a cycle that repeats itself endlessly. If it were, Reed would have already died in the Citadel. Even her tyrant of a sister was the one to freeze Tara from Victorian rule. Fates are often alike, but always differ where it matters most. You go, Moran! Fates are often alike, but always differ where it matters most. What a wonderful tagline for a cover of the book. Surely this one is destined for bestseller charts. Assuming, of course, that you are ever able to finish the story.
I've never intended to profit off it.
Oh, you will. If not in money, then in fame.
The basis of the story, where it happened. There are more than enough reasons this isn't my story to tell. Besides, what happens next?
That's what I want to ask. Did Lofshini go back?
From this point on, what I've seen, what I believe, and what I've said all contradict one another, which is why I've lost sight of the ending. Feel free to take up the challenge if you're up to it. Give the stance between the dragon and her reflection whatever ending you please.
Oh? Is it all the same if I tell it myself?
Of course, ma'am. As you will it.
The writer raises his mug, which is almost empty now, and toasts the woman before him. Once again, he swallows a bitter brew, half expecting a sweet aftertaste that he knows will never come. Did I spook you? You got so polite all of a sudden. It makes me feel impertinent for even pressing the question.
No, but I must make it abundantly clear that everything we have discussed until now is no more than idle chatter. You understand, don't you?
The woman sits up straight and does not say a word. The writer can only attempt to guess whether she is still smiling through the shadows.
Well, what are you waiting for? I've nearly finished my drink.
I fall into the same conundrum as you. If this is as far as both your references and your imagination go, how could I possibly put the Red Dragon's ultimate fate to paper?
I've already said all I'm able to. I refuse to give the story an entirely fictional end, one that not even I could believe in, even if the alternative is that there is no ending. If you don't have the answer either, then no need to waste your time here. Leave while it's still early.
Is this because you do not remember, do not understand, or is it because you wish you never knew, never understood?
What? What are you getting at?
You've never lost sight of the ending. It'd be more appropriate to say that your eyes have become clouded by too many creative liberties. Shall I recount them for you? Treasures leading people into the darkness, Kulan dragging the statue to the square by himself, and virtually everything related to the dark mists in the woods, from the rejection of Bridget, to the food courts returning to the city of their own, to Lofshini becoming lost in the woods, to the Brigadier and Oblanas meeting in the city. If these creative liberties have created the contradictions in your mind, then it is my responsibility to set them on a path towards the ending. Oh, okay, that's tough. A rush ending or a finished one. Aw, man. I hate both. Both suck in their own ways. But at least with, I guess, a rushed ending, there's some closure, so maybe that I prefer. Kind of, sort of. Nah, I hate both. But if I have to choose one, yeah, I guess rush ending. Shall I supplement the story with my own observations? I'll take that as a yes. Perhaps they will lead you to a conclusion you can be satisfied with. And cool, there's only 4 left. Yeah, maybe this mysterious villain will help the writer from preventing that from happening. So if there's only 4 sieges left, is it best to stop now or do one more? But for now, let me just accept my rewards. Ta-da! Rigid. Look at how cute she is. Like, she's just adorable. And oh gosh, I just realized. So... this is gonna be interesting, making a display based on, I guess... Saoirsí. Like, oh yay, a room from Saoirsí. Beautiful, wonderful. It's gonna be so nice to see that. Totally. And don't mind me, I'm just gonna buy these first thing. And sheesh. Exiled King, dude. Like, come on. Don't project. Just because you and your bro had the worst relationship doesn't mean that these two have the worst relationship. It's like, I left for 20 years and returned randomly. Why did my brother order me to be stabbed? It's like, come on. Oh no! Ran into a fanfic that actually felt like a rush ending. Introducing new characters, factions each chapter, and suddenly they all converge to one place, to a quick fight. Everyone goes their separate ways and then cut to 20 years later. Aw, man. Okay, that hurts. That does hurt a lot. Oof. I'm gonna expect this to have, like, a happy ending just because we can summon Iblana. Like, if we couldn't summon Iblana, then I'd expect a bad ending. But because we can actually bring her to Rose Island as Nikras, it should be fine. I have hope. There's hope in the world. I do want to see a beautiful dance. I hope they have their nice moment together. They'll have a nice dance and then all will be well. Ha ha ha. Totally, yeah. No fear, no pain. Well, for the guy himself. Like, he's writing it all. I mean, wait, let me just go through the story real quick. We'll go from here. Like, let me just click a bit. Like heck. There's this guy with his orangish hair, golden eyes, and the black and red horns. And then there's all the way up here. Go, 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 go. More. Fast forward, but not too fast afterwards. Not still good for here. Wait. And then there's this guy with his orangey hair, golden eyes, and black and red horns. So Raider could be one of our dude's descendants. So like he is kind of writing from the way he, like from history, or he could just be The old exiled king taking on a new appearance. And he decided to become a writer at that point. He's like, you know what? Sounds fun. Writing a story, a novel. Which would be kind of hilarious. Going from a farmer to a writer. Or you could just be some random dude. Second cousin twice removed. Got it. Like, that'd be perfect. That'd be funny. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like, something similar. But yeah, he's watching from somewhere. Because he's saying he saw most of this stuff. So, I was half expecting him to be the freebie, by the way. Because I'm like, oh, it's an important looking person. Like, oh no, it's Bridget. Bridget's our freebie. Which I like, she's cute. I'm happy about that. Oh, I'm not gonna pull anymore. I give up on Ivlana's banner. Since I got Reed, getting Reed was just no. I mean, Reed, I got Swire. Swire hurt me. I was gonna pull until I got a 6-star. And because Swire came home, at this point it's just saving up. Pain and suffering. At least Ivana should grace me eventually, maybe, if I'm lucky. But otherwise, ugh. Just, ugh. Like, Ivana, why? Why you do this to me? Why you reject me so hardcore? All fear, all pain. Oh well. There's always next time, or she'll just spook me after her banner ends, just like Opipi. Like, Opipi eventually came home. I'll be honest. But not what I wanted, just I feel like she could become an ageless, based on her power. I'd want to see her in Talos too. Like, that'd be fun. Like her in all her glory. I wonder if she still act the same. But ooh, I get to look forward to that later on. But now, I'll be good. I'll check if there's any food. Like, oh, that was a nice nap after work. And by now there should be food. If not, I have time for instant noodles. So that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your epic gacha luck. I shall see what there is to eat. I kind of want bread. But if there's no bread, instant noodles at the very, very, very least. Or tortillas. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. I think I did my other dailies and games, except for FGO, of course, because, you know, maintenance. Oh man. As soon as maintenance is over, I need to log in. I gotta be good, set up my support. Especially Kotomine. Kotomine is gonna give me all the friend points. Like, you guys know you want to use my Kotomine. NP5 Kotomine. I actually raised his skills too. The sussy priest took everything from me.